Hi guys and girls, welcome back to Watch the Time. Thanks for tuning back in. Thanks for coming back to see me. I'm really pleased you've done so. I'm exceptionally pleased about to bring you this Bramier, also known as Ben Clair. They've recently released a true GMT. It's the really sought after Miyota 9075 inside, and it's somewhat affordable to be honest. You can pick it up sort of £400, or it's about 391. So I'll leave the conversion up. You'd have seen it in the thumbnail as well. These are not cheap. This movement is not doing the rounds as much as people want it to. True GMT, because you can move the GMT hour hand with it still running, so you can change the hour. Makes it a lot easier to change rather than doing it the old way. Like I said, this went on Kickstarter on the 4th of June. It's going to be on Kickstarter for another week or so. And the good news is, guys, it's already been funded, so you'll get your watch. So do take a look. Like I said, 3 different color variations to choose from. They sent me the green one. There is much to like about this watch. I'm much more impressed with the GMT version than the dive watch they did a little while ago. So yeah, I do implore you to check it out. Hopefully by the time we get to the end of the video, you know if it's for you. If it is, the link in the description. It doesn't cost you any more. Just makes your life a bit easier. Like I said, on Kickstarter, I'll also leave a link to their website. But I'm going to stop going on because it's about that time to get the camera turned around and get on with it. Okay, so this is the watch. I'm not convinced, or I don't know for definite if this is going to be the box you get, but it's quite a substantial box. Just slide it out. There's the leather strap. You'd have seen it on in the intro. A nice leather strap. You'll see I've taken off 4 links for it to fit my wrist. So yeah, good amount of size in there. And there's the watch. Like I said, guys, I'm not 100% sure about the box, if this will be the one you receive or not. But this is what I've got it in. But then again, it's a prototype. So there will be some changes. I'll run through a few of them as we go through the video. But yeah, like I said, this is the green dial. Looks really, really cool, actually. I wasn't sure how it was going to look, but yeah, really, really nice. Lots going on with the dial and stuff. But yeah, so this is the Rox Trilayer GMT. This is the green one. They've got 2 other colors that I'll bring up next to me now. Currently on Kickstarter at the moment, guys. It started on 4th of June. It's going to be on for just over another week. And like I said in the intro, it's already been funded. So you're definitely going to be getting a watch. So yeah, definitely check it out. The super early bird has gone, but yeah, still really good price for a watch containing the Miyota 9075 movement, a highly sought after movement now, one that lots of people are liking. So yeah, do check it out. As I said a moment ago, it's got the automatic Miyota 9075 movement inside. I'll bring some information up about that movement now. So you'll see on this movement, on the rotor, it says Ben Clair. Ben Clair and Bramier, from what I can work out, are basically the same brand. But so on this is obviously as a prototype, they've got Ben Clair written on the rotor. On the production model, we'll say Bramier instead. So yeah, do bear that in mind. But yeah, guys, this movement was much anticipated before it come out. And now, hopefully, we're going to start seeing it on much more Microbrands and quite a lot of affordable watches, which is what everyone wants to see. 9000 series, I love them. I've said many, many times. So to have a true GMT with a Miyota 9000 series movement is fantastic. So yeah, this is all the specs. That's all the details. The construction of the watch, aside from the bezel insert, crystal on the front and back, is all 316L stainless steel. So do ignore the scratches, guys, because obviously this is a prototype, so it's been handed around a little bit. You've got brushing into polished faceted edge of the side of the case. You've got H-link bracelet, which is nice to see. You've got polishing at the sides, polished center links, so they will scuff up a little bit. The clasp are going to be a little bit different from what the gentleman said to me. So do bear that in mind. The other difference is going to be the thickness. We'll talk about that as well. And they said they're going to sort out the loom and stuff. But as I say, as we go through the video, I'll sort that out. But yeah, the construction of the watch, aside from those components, is all 316L stainless steel. Mixture of brushing and polishing throughout the watch, and done to a good level. And like I said, it's hard to see it completely, given the fact that it's obviously quite marked up, given it's been reviewed and stuff and handled by a lot of people. But yeah, your obviously production one won't be like that. So that's the construction of the watch. The case thickness of the watch is 13.6 millimeters. I've been assured it's going to be 12.5. When I measured this at 13.6, I was flabbergasted, to be honest, given the Miyota 9000 series of movements are very slim. It's a super unnecessary, but yeah, that's going to be rectified. But this is 13.6. The case diameter, I measure from the 8 to the 2, it was coming in at 41.4 millimeters. And when you go from the 9 to the 3, including the crown, it was kind of 44.7 millimeters. The lug width on this is 22. That does taper down to 18 at the clasp, and the lug to lug, tip to tip of the watch is a true lug to lug because it's got a female end link to the center link. Was coming at 49 millimeters, so not bad proportions. It could have been maybe a mil or two smaller for me personally, but not terrible. Bezel is a bi-directional sapphire crystal bezel, which does help with the loom, I think, in terms of the application underneath. But yeah, it's a bi-directional bezel, so it goes both ways. A bit more play in this bezel than I would like, to be honest, but that's going to be rectified also on the production model, so don't worry. But like I said, bi-directional, 24 click. Yeah, good bezel, nice coining on there. Like I said, it'll be a lot more, a lot less play in the production model. Screw down crown situated at 3 o'clock. Exhibition case back at the like screwed down as well. Just as some information that we're going to run through in a moment. As you'll see, it says Ben Clare on there. But like I said, that won't be like that in the production model, so do bear that in mind also. The bracelet, like I said, has got a 4 mil of taper, which is nice. Sits on the wrist nicely. You'll see that in the intro, and I'll show it again in a moment. The clasp is butterfly. Not my best type of clasp, to be honest, especially where there's no half links. It can cause a bit of a problem. You go from hero to zero in terms of when you're trying to size these sorts of watches with these clasps, but there you go. The crystal covering the dial is a sapphire crystal, and you've got a sapphire on the back, which gives you a sapphire sandwich. We do love a sapphire sandwich, don't we? The water resistance of the watch is stated as being 200 meters. So that'll give you 20 atmospheres of water resistance, and the weight will appear in the top right. So on the bracelet with 4 links removed, it was coming at 167.5. On the leather strap, which you can also get it on, is 96.6 grams. So the bracelet adds a reasonable amount of heft, which is what you'd expect, but not massively heavy given the proportions, I don't think. But there we are. But let's have a look at the dial now, guys, in just a bit more detail. So what you've got is you've got a minute track going around the outer edge. Inside that, you've got another sub dial. Yeah, it looks really, really nice, and that's where the indices have been applied onto. The indices are really cool. I like the fact they're 3D. They're all white. They're all loom filled, which I'll show you in just a moment. Inside of there, you've got an outer part of the GMT. So you've got from 2 to 24, obviously for the GMT times. And that disc in the center allows you to set a second time zone. I like how they've done the GMT on this. Slightly different to what you'd normally get. A little bit out there. It's good to see they're not just doing copy and paste and stuff. Otherwise, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? Especially from a Microbrand who's offering such a nice movement. They're definitely giving it a bit of thought in terms of the aesthetic of the watch. And like I said, lots and lots going on with that dial. You got the arrow, which would denote where the second time is. You got Bramier just above the 6 in that sub dial. And like I said, different shades of green. Really does pop and look really, really cool. I've enjoyed wearing this, to be honest. And like I said, with the bezel, with green and with the sort of white at the bottom, I think it just looks really, really cool. It's definitely something different. I've not seen many GMTs that are done just like this. And like I said, even with the bezel, I know it's a 120 click, not very common, but at least it's bi-directional, which is good. But yeah, as I was saying a moment ago, let me bring the loom up now. The loom on this watch, guys, was good. And like I said, from talking to them, they've said furthermore, they're going to be improving it even more than this. So I would say you're in for a treat if that's going to be the case, because I was impressed with the loom. I didn't charge it for very long, just under the studio lighting, turned the lights off, boom, and that's what you're left with. So I was impressed. It was good. It was good to see. But like I said, the movement itself. So I've unscrewed the crown from the case. When it's at this first position where it's unscrewed from the case, if you turn it away from you, you can charge the watch. If you take it all the way out, it will hack. As you'll see, the second hand stops. The hands are done nicely. I haven't really touched upon them too much. But like I said, it hacks, and you can change the time based on that. And then, yeah, put it back in, it will start back up again. If you put it to the first position, you'll see now the hour hand will move independently, and you can set a second time zone, or you can set the time based on that, which is pretty cool. The fact that you're not going to have to hack it by changing that, you can just move the hour, which is cool. You can take it all the way out, and like I said, the more as you go through, once you go through 24 hours, the date will change. You'll see down there at the 4:30 position. So yeah, that's all that. And like I said, you can even go backwards or forwards. It doesn't really matter. And like I said, when you put it all the way out, you can do it the long way around. So you'll see then you can set the time zone in the center. So this is now going to say that in terms of my second time zone, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon in that second time zone, and so on and so forth. So yeah, and then like I said, if you want, then once you've got it to that time there, let me put that to the first position again. You can sort of scroll through, so you could say, well, like now it's 9 o'clock in where you are now, 2 o'clock in the second time zone, and then you can also use the bezel as well to also change. But lots going on there. Like I said, lots of practicality, and doesn't look too bad either, which is good to see. But let me just pop it on the wrist quickly, guys, give you an idea of what it looks like on my wrist. Okay, so guys and girls, that's what it looks like on me with those 4 links out. A bit snug. Yeah, not hugely loose, but fits me nicely. Like I said, that's the problem you're going to have now with the no half links. Maybe that's something you need to look at. Yeah, not a bad looking watch at all, I don't think. Okay, so guys and girls, that'll now take me swiftly on to what I think is pants and pucker about the watch. I will put caveats on some of them, given the production model is said to be different. So yeah, do bear that in mind. But the things I'm going to say for pants is I'll go with the bezel play. Yeah, I made them aware of that very, very early on from receiving it, because you can see that is far too much. I'm going to go with no half links in terms of being on the butterfly. Hopefully, that's something they can include in the production model. So if they watch my video, hopefully they'll think about that. The thickness, like I said, they've gone from 13.6 on this one. They are going to take off over a mil. So yeah, it's going to go down to 12.5. So that's going to be good. But I do feel I need to mention it. The size generally, 41.5. I would like us to have set a 40 mil, to be honest, this diver. I think that would have been a sweet spot. And finally, the date color, like in terms of it being white with black writing, where it's green and the whiting's right, I would like to have seen the white, the writing being white as well. Whether it be green with white or black with white, I'd rather have not seen it like that. The date position, not so inoffensive to me, but maybe the way they've cut it out, people won't like. But yeah, the date color, I'm not a fan of. So the things I'll say is I go to bezel play, no half links, thickness, size, and the date color. What I think is pucker is I'm going to go with the indices. I do like the fact they're just 3D, just applied. Looks really, really cool. I'm going to go with the loom. Like I said, the loom on this is very, very good. And the fact they further want to improve it is amazing, to be honest. The bezel, in terms of the Sapphire bezel, I do like that. I like the fact they've gone bi-directional. 120 click, maybe not my preferred choice for the type of watch, but at least they put a bi-directional bezel on it. And like I said, it just looks really nice with that Sapphire on there. The movement, like I said, the Miyota 9075 movement, finally in a relatively affordable watch, is to be applauded. Like I said, I've been waiting to get my hands on a watch with the 9075 movement, and finally Bramier have come up trumps. The GMT position, like I said, that circular dial in the middle, the fact that that's your second time zone is nice, a little bit different. It hasn't got a GMT hand as such, so that's cool to see. The bracelet, H-Link bracelets, they're my favorite, if I'm honest, in terms of how they feel on wrist. I probably wouldn't have gone for the polished center links, but that's just me. And the price, like I said, £390 for a watch with that movement and the finishing and stuff. I think that's good, because I don't know many other watches out there with that movement that are coming at that price. If there are some, please let me know. But they're the things I'm going to say, guys. I'm going to go with the indices, loom, bezel, movement, GMT position, bracelet, and the price of the watch. And that'll take me on to, would I recommend this watch? I would. I think it's definitely one to check out, guys. Like I said, 3 different color variations to choose from. There's going to be something in there for you. See, I'll definitely head over and check it out. Like I said, you've only got a week to act. So do have a butcher's. Hopefully there's going to be some other reviews out there as well. Maybe with some other colors. But yeah, I've got the green one. But yeah, guys, I would recommend it. But guys and girls, please let me know what you think about this watch, more importantly. Maybe any other watches you may want to see on the channel. And as always say, don't forget to like, subscribe, and always watch your time. Take care, guys. All the very best.